Alright guys, I already had this video pre-filmed, so I'm gonna go ahead and post it, but I just want to say thank you for, you know, all the sweet messages that you guys have been sending, and I really appreciate it. My family really appreciates it. Yeah, I love you guys. Enjoy the video. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is gonna be flawless, super photogenic makeup for passports, IDs, anything like that. This was actually a request from one of you guys. This message was from Juliana. Thanks girl for sending this in. You should film a video of how to do your makeup for your ID, passport photo. The makeup you do is so flawless. I bet the video would be very helpful for others. So I hope it is. I hope that, you know, this helps you guys out. I actually weirdly, last December, so like what, 8 months ago now, I took a new driver's license photo, and then like a month ago I took my new passport photo. So, you know, I got the experience. I'm ready to teach you guys all the tips, tricks, techniques for getting like the most bomb passport photos and ID photos ever. So let's do this. Don't forget to subscribe and turn those notifications on. So for primer, I would say definitely you want to watch out for the shine in the middle of the face, because normally when they're taking, especially the passport photo, there's a flash. So you don't want the flashback, and you don't want your oil to be showing through in the T-zone and around the center of the face, or wherever you get oily. That's where, like, those are the areas that I tend to get oily. So I'm just gonna go in with a really nice mattifying primer that's not too drying. So Smashbox, the OG Photo Finish Smooth and Blur. And by the way, if you guys didn't know, I have a bundle with Smashbox, and there's a trial size of this guy, or a travel size, and there's a full size of this guy. There's a full palette, like a huge palette, and then a really pretty burnt orange lipstick. So I talked a little bit more about it on my Instagram, but yeah, I don't think I even have mentioned it on YouTube. So if you guys want to check that out, I'll leave a link down below if I can remember. Okay, she is matte, she's smooth, she's poreless. Yes. So I do really feel like matte skin looks best in photos because it tends to smooth out your skin. It blurs it a little bit more. And again, with that flash, you don't want to like your oils to be seeping through. But I will say that when I was taking my passport photos, because I have dry skin, I went in with a little bit of the primer oil just on the outer section, just so that my makeup applied really smoothly over there as well. You guys, it is so early, and I literally stayed up until 3 a.m. last night filming the last video that was on my channel, testing new makeup. And I'm literally like, how am I awake? How am I actually like filming this? And I feel relatively okay. That's the craziest part. And I don't know how, like, I feel fine. Like, sleep, who is she? I'm just gonna go in with my brow pencil. I would stick with just the technique that you normally do, because you want, obviously for your passport or ID, you wanna look like yourself. Like, you don't want it to be like a full transformation, because imagine if you get to like a border or something, they're like, no, this isn't you. Like, makeup is very transformative. So I would say just stick with your natural brow shape or brow products that you use and just do your thing. Okay, I was looking at old pictures of my brows, and I was like, who let me do them this thick? Like, if you go back on my Instagram, it's like alarming how thick they were. They were like covering half my forehead. It was like crazy. Who let me do that? I don't know. But for foundation, I'm gonna be using the new Too Faced Born This Way matte. So obviously they've always had Born This Way, but, well, not always, but they've had it for a bit. This is now the matte version. I tried it in my video last night, but I used an oil primer everywhere. So I kind of wanted to try it again and see how it wears. I use the shade Warm Sand. This shade matches my body really, really well. Obviously, I know I say this in every single video, but my face is so much lighter than my body just because I wear so much sunscreen. But if you're in between shades, go for like a little more color to the face, because that will help you from not getting washed out from the white background. And what I like to do when I want the skin to look super, super flawless is I go in with very light layers, but just build up the foundation. That's gonna help it from not looking cakey or too thick. Just gives you the right coverage. And this is actually the top I wore too for my passport photo. This is actually like a leopard print on the bottom, but you know, obviously you're only gonna see it from here up. So I like just the simple look, if you're wondering like what I wore, which you probably weren't, but like, I don't know. But this, it's so crazy. Okay, because this is see-through. I didn't realize that this shirt was completely see-through. And people were just like staring at me, and you know, I'm like kind of extra, so I was like almost acting like I was in a photo shoot. Like I was like, yeah, it was a whole thing, and everybody was like, bleh. But you know what, we got it taken care of and it's all good. Why do I feel like there's literally always like, I get really itchy right here, and I always feel like there's like something, but there's like never anything there, which is very strange. Okay, now that I've spent literally 20 minutes blending, blend, blend, blend. That is one of my #1 tips for flawless looking skin. Okay, we're gonna move to eyes. I would say just keep it pretty neutral for the eye makeup. I mean, obviously you can do whatever you want, but I like to keep it neutral and just really simple on the eyes. We're gonna take a bit of the bronzer that we're gonna use on the cheeks and place this right into the crease. So this is the MAC Totally Topless Radiant Matte Bronzing Powder. I swear MAC's summer collection was like made for me. It's all bronzy and just really pretty products. And we're gonna go into the e.l.f. Retro Paradise palette, and I'm gonna deepen it up with this guy right here. Sandy Bum, just right on the outer corner. Again, just to add a little bit of definition, but I don't want anything too crazy. It's gonna be a nice neutral eye look. I always tend to flick it out at the end because I think it is a bit more flattering on my eyes. Ooh, just a little something something there. Now I'm gonna take the shade Coconut down here. Dark brown, you can use any dark brown that you have. And we're gonna make a wing with this powder, a little powder wing. And then you want to take some eyeliner. So this is the NARS High Pigment Longwear Eyeliner in Last Frontier, and go underneath so that when the flash hits you, your lashes don't start to show through, because I did wear lashes, and honestly you don't have to, especially because when you're traveling, like a lot of times you don't have makeup on. I'm gonna do it for this tutorial because that's what I did in my actual photos. We're gonna add on some of this Buxom Extrovert mascara. What I do is I actually cut up my House of Lashes Iconic Lights and place them on individually so I have a bit more control. Honestly, these are the best lashes ever. So natural, but the right amount of a little something something on there. Do these lashes not look fire? Let's see what the Border Patrol says, but you know, I just feel myself when I have my lashes on. Like, it's so crazy. Anyways, definitely, now moving back to the face, you definitely want to, you know, take care of those dark circles. I feel like dark circles always show up a lot more in photos, whether you take it on your phone or like, you know, the cameras that they use for passports or IDs. Dark circles are really like apparent for me, so I always go in with a corrector, and this one is the Bobbi Brown corrector. It's really good. It's an OG. It's in the shade Peach Bisque. And just really focus that on the area that is the darkest. Then we're gonna go in with concealer. I'm gonna use the Makeup Forever Matte Velvet Skin. You guys know how I feel about this one. It's just so good. Look for a full coverage concealer for sure. Anything that's not, again, too thin, because the darkness under the eyes shows through really easily. We gotta get this nose contour straight as possible, and then go up and highlight the forehead. Same concealer, just for contour now. So for my concealer shade, I think I use 3.6. Yeah, 3.6 for concealer, and then 5.2 for my contour. A little goes a long way, like I mentioned in one of my recent videos. So, you know, you don't need too much of this. Whew! I love a good cream contour. I just feel like it wakes me up. It makes me feel super snatched and just like the best version of myself. So a really great way to make the cream contour look even like a little bit more natural, less structured, more natural, but still very snatched, is to use the same exact brush that you use for your foundation, because it will still have a bit of the foundation on it. And you want to take that and blend upwards. And this is just like gonna give you the most seamless contour. I love this product so much. It's like not even funny. I just feel like it gives the best like bronzy contour, so I don't have to go in with a ton of bronzer on top of this. It's so good. Especially right here, you definitely want to blend this out with your foundation brush so it gets nice and blended and there's no streaks. And then you just want to go in and blend in your concealer, really using pressing motions. There really is such a fine balance between like I want to look snatched for this photo, but I like literally need to look like myself. So just keep that in mind. Maybe you guys could do it even better than I can actually. So we're gonna add a little bit of color back to the cheeks. Fenty Beauty, this is their cream blush in Petal Poppin'. Blush always looks amazing in photos. Like really build up the blush. Blush is the first thing to come off of your face, like as you're wearing your makeup, but I think it just like livens up any photo. Especially when you're like, oh my gosh, wait, did I blend out my chin? No, I did not. Especially when the photo is very like, you know, straightforward. Like, we gotta liven it up a little bit. We're gonna set things down, and this has actually been my favorite setting powder lately. It has a really nice color to it. It's actually from Kylie Cosmetics Yellow, the shade Yellow. We're gonna make sure all those creases are pressed in, and I'm gonna take this and start pressing it into the skin. You do not want to go too heavy on the powder because that can cause flashback, and I would really recommend to not use something that is too light or too white. I like to use yellow toned setting powders, especially when I'm going to be photographed, just because they don't tend to flash back as much as a white setting powder or a very light setting powder. And you know, you don't need too much powder. Too much powder is just going to give you that major white cast underneath the eyes. I'm pretty sure I only picked up that one the first time, and that's it. And I just kept pressing and pressing and pressing into the skin. And then down the center. And then I'm just gonna lightly, like very lightly, like I don't know if you guys can tell how light this is, but very lightly set the rest of the face so that nothing comes off. We're just gonna build up that bronzer a little bit, and this is a pretty light feeling bronzer. It's not heavy on the skin. It's that same one, the one that I was using earlier, Totally Topless. And we're gonna build it up with my Sigma Iconic Bronze from my collab with them. And if you have a round face, this is really gonna help you out. Again, it's like that like very fine line between looking the best possible and feeling snatched and feeling confident, but also like I still kind of need to look like myself. So I'm not gonna go overboard with the contour, but I love a good bronze to slim out the face just a little bit. Oh my God. I forgot to blend that side out. And again, blush is key. So I'm gonna go in with this NARS Orgasm X blush palette. Take the middle shade. This does have a little bit of shimmer in it, so again, it's just gonna liven things up. If you have a lot of texture on the front of your cheeks though, or if your pores are bigger there, you might want to go with a matte blush. I like to put a little bit on my nose. Okay, we're gonna go back into Sandy Bum. Actually, I'm gonna actually take the bronzer and just place a little bit on the lower lash line. This helps to open up the eyes. Then we're gonna go in with highlighter. I've been obsessed with this one from Smashbox. It's called the Halo highlighter. Oops. And I'm gonna use the powder side. Just go right on that high point. We're gonna add on a little bit of mascara. All right, and then for my lip, I went with my normal combo, Strip Down from MAC, and then cork right around the outer edges. All right, and what I use for my lip is actually this Fenty Beauty Slip Shine Sheer Shiny Lipstick in Makeup Break. And what I did is just like blend everything in with my finger to make it like a little more seamless. And of course, you want to do a little setting spray. This is the Makeup Forever Mist and Fix. And this will just help the powders like really sink in so that they're even more likely to give you that like powdery finish or a flashback. Oh, my Beyonce moment. Imagine Beyonce, imagine taking like Beyonce's passport photo, or imagine being the border patrol to be like letting Beyonce into your country. Like, her photo is probably so good. She probably did have like a little fan. She's like, I'm just kidding. For hair, I like, personally, like I like mine straight, so that's what I did. I think just go with whatever, you know, you feel most comfortable with in your photos, whether that's curly hair, straight hair, whatever. I put mine behind and I was like, oh, but he gave me 3 tries. Actually, he was really nice. So I did one smiling, but he was like, that was too big of a smile. You can't smile that big or else they're not gonna accept it. So then I did one very serious and he was like, that was scary, no. And I did one that was like half smiling and he was like, yeah, I think they'll accept that. So it was like this. something like that. I don't know, you guys will see it, I'll put it on the screen. But yeah, this makeup is definitely a lot better than my previous passport photo slash ID photo. Oh my god, it was it was just atrocious, the last one. I hope you guys liked this video and found it helpful if you're, you know, getting an ID or passport or just any type of photo taken. I still feel like myself. I feel amazing, I feel confident, and I feel ready to take these photos. Here's a close-up of the skin, looking nice and flawless, and it's just gonna photograph really well because of that matte, like the pore covering everything, and no products with flashback and all our little techniques. So love you guys. Remember, you are beautiful inside and out. Subscribe down below, give this video a thumbs up, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys. And then for